Hello, Trash Future listeners. Just a quick heads up, we have new merch available in our store. We have re-released the Rory Blank design for What If Your Robot Was Just a Guy? We also have a brand new Britanology shirt entitled The Falkland Islands, It's All We've Got Left, with artwork designed by Eleanor Asada. Both shirts are available at the link in the description, trashfuture.co.uk/store. Thanks again. Have a good one.
This is ridiculous because if Liz Truss is any cricketer, it is Freddie Flintoff. 100%.
So,
boozed up on a pedalo, soiling a bathrobe. Frederick Flintoff, arise.
I went to primary school. A shock to us all.
I've done my SATs. Let me in, coach.
I went to primary school in Scotland, which is a very traditional experience. Maths in the morning, reading comprehension in the afternoon, the belt still in use.
So again, some pieces begin to fall into place. You know, you have certain experiences and it changes you as a person a little bit.
When I moved to Leeds at the age of 10, the teachers turned up their noses at my traditional Scottish. She's 10. The teachers have beef with you? What are you fucking talking about?
Also, was she being hit at school?
Yeah.
How old is Liz Truss? She's like in her mid-40s.
The teachers had beef with me because I kept going to them like, hit me.
Okay,
hit me.
So, Nish,
Who does she think she is? Jeffrey Boycott?
Nish,
She thinks she runs Leeds.
Nish, I would like to answer your implied question. She's lying. She's lying about, she was like, in some bits of Scotland, the belt was still in use in the 1980s.
The 1980s.
In some bits of Scotland, it's still in use now, but that's...
When?
Uncontacted Scottish tribes in the Hebrides somewhere. Like various bits of legislation just haven't made it out there. Yeah, they're still paying tithes on Shetland.
What an incredible thing. Oh, the 1980s. Duran in the charts. The Scots belting their children.
It's such a perfect thing to lie about.
Yeah.
Like, wishfully, it's like, oh yeah, I remember the time I got the shit kicked out of me.
Look,
It's like,
I accept as an outsider that this is an exaggeration and she's lying, but also I do have to say that my daughter came down with some kind of a skin thing, and the term they use in the NHS for this is, and I'm not lying, slapped cheek syndrome. And now a friend of mine, his kid in America had been ill recently with a similar thing. And I was like, look, man, I don't know what the fuck we call it back home. Please don't read this the wrong way, but I'm sending you a link for something called slap cheek syndrome. So I feel like that being part of the sort of like epistemology of child rearing makes it sound like maybe she got a little, someone was freelancing, hitting her with a belt.
I don't mean to deny Liz Truss' lived experience, you know,
Well, maybe it's like the sort of phenomenon of like people who think that they've gone through the war even though they haven't.
Oh, you think she has like false memory syndrome?
Yeah,
from,
so she's kind of convinced herself actually
when she was doing national service during the Blitz at Dunkirk, she was getting whipped in Scotland.
I love the music of New Order. It really gets me in the mood to whip Liz Truss with a belt. So you can really get it going to the beat of Blue Monday.
I lived in fear of, at Leeds, she didn't live in fear of being beaten up by her teachers, but being beaten up by her fellow students in the lunch queue because it was uncool to be an overachiever. Or, and I quote this, I'm quoting here.
That'll never be a problem again.
I am quoting this. Stabbed with a pair of scissors in my media studies class.
What?
Because
fucking
it was
Michelle Foucault out there just finding a way to get at her.
yeah. So,
that sounds like a euphemism. Oh, got stabbed right in the media studies class.
so this all feeds, of course, into her mind about how progressive and captured education is, right? She's like, I tried to innocently reform nursery provision in this country by making it so like
the belt.
by making it so like one person could watch 90 kids or whatever, and they seemed to object to it. Huh? How odd.
Yeah, you need to build the baby panopticon. It's very efficient.
So she says, progressive ideas. This is another one of my favorite paragraphs in the book.
Would that be like a centrifuge? One person just sits in the middle and all the babies rotate around really fast so you can watch them all at once.
Now you're thinking like a disruptor.
Progressive ideas were dominant in all areas of education, even at the heart of government. The previous Labour government had gone, you can hear her frowning in this one, had gone so far as to remove the very word education from the title of the department and instead rebranding it as the Department for Children, Schools and Families, complete with a, and again, this is the words she uses, childish rainbow logo.
Yeah, it should have been
What is this, a department for babies?
So this Department for Education is very childish.
We need to discover the basis of a classical education. the trivium of grammar.
She didn't do that. The only people she knows who did that were like people like Boris and like David Cameron, and they fucking hated it, and it drove them insane.
They need to
The
rediscover.
thing is, they've turned the Department of Education gay with this rainbow logo. We need to teach our kids to be straight by educating them along the principles of ancient Greece. I've not looked into it.
The trivium of grammar, logic, and rhetoric. Under this curriculum,
Which one of the three is she using in this book?
the secret fourth one, which is
Yeah.
ketamine. Under this curriculum,
Like ancient Greece on ketamine.
Plato, mate, I'm fucking K-holing. I'm in the fucking cave, mate. I am seeing simulacra on the cave walls.
Just the easiest one to set up for you specifically there.
Yeah. I just need you to tell me that I'm going to be able to get out of here in the realm of forms.
so what I love about this is under this curriculum, so unlike what currently happens, which is students doing projects in environmental studies, finally, what schools should do is just teach students all the facts. She said, first students should be taught the facts.
Sure.
So, number one.
All right.
What about the climate crisis?
No, just facts. She says,
big,
I'm
big
reading.
list of cricketers.
I am reading the book here.
Jonathan Agnew, Ian Botham, and we just go from there. You know?
I swear to God.
They don't even know anything about cricketers. I'll tell you what Jeff Boycott's famous for. Not hitting his wife.
I am literally reading from the book right now. The facts. That's what she says. They have to learn the facts. They're not learning the facts right now.
all
They're
of them.
learning pronouns. They have to learn the facts.
Yeah, these days it's more like Ian Botham genders.
There we go.
Before.
As Henry Blofeld once famously said.
I know it's good when I get like two people just like fully hunched over, contemplating.
Before learning how to analyze them, and then requiring the skills to craft and present a convincing argument. Again, Liz Truss, please go back to primary school.
Please.
But that's also very funny. It's like, why aren't students learning facts? They're learning the gender.
Yeah.
Now, how has this happened? She says, when a society becomes rich enough, there is a risk that it becomes, and then you can really hear this word echoing through the country, decadent, and stops trying so hard.
Don't talk to me about decadence, you bathrobe ruining reprobate. Like, I'll take that from a lot of people, but like, you need at least like a file, like a blackmail folder in the whip's office to occupy fewer than one filing cabinet before you get to call anyone decadent.
I'll tell you what.
What about life in Britain is decadent? Is it going to Betfred or is it Curry Club Thursdays at Wetherspoons? Like, which element of this?
You know what? This morning I was booking a train ticket from London to Manchester for a cost of £7 million. And I was drinking tap water that was filled with a parasite that will cause my insides to fall out of my body through my arsehole. And I thought, how decadent.
It's like the last days of Rome, not in the way she means.
But I mean, in the last days of Rome, there wasn't an equivalent Roman situation of go into Lidl to buy baby formula, but it's locked against theft, but there's no one working because they only use automated kiosks, and you have to go in the back and find someone who doesn't know how to open the fucking thing of formula. And you're like, you've made it so hard to steal it that no one can buy it. Starve, babies. Fuck you. That's decadence.
This is the kind of scroll written by Otho in the Year of the Four Emperors, where it's like 10 years to save the Western Roman Empire.
But it's Otho just going like, pretty confident Galba's not going to be a problem.
We've got Vitellius on side. Now, chapter 2, a hostile environment. I'm going to have to speed through the rest of this.
Fun title.
Liz is the Grinch who wants to stop Christmas, said Michael Gove, Environment Secretary, to my 11th hour attempts to stop COP26.
Wait, hold on. Did I miss something? She tried to stop COP26.
Yeah,
10
because it was
years
going
to
be
save the West, infinity years to save the planet. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Why did she think she could stop COP26?
It's just a conference.
It's quite super
But also,
villainous, isn't it?
if Michael Gove looks over to you with his weird bedroom frog eyes and says, "No, you're like the Grinch who wants to stop Christmas," like, get on a plane out of this country as fast as fucking possible.
To be fair, I did love the children's book, The Grinch Who Stopped Christmas. It says, and by the way, don't worry about it. We have
She's
ten-
the 80-pound Grinch.
we have
She went into COP26. She poured fairy liquid all over everyone.
well, there are serious issues with the environment,
Oh, good.
the level of alarmism, and ever-increasing rhetoric. So the rhetoric has been increasing.
I thought
we
I
don't
thought
know
we were
how.
pro
Yeah, I thought there
rhetoric.
wasn't
We were
enough
gonna-
rhetoric.
We were gonna like teach the kids rhetoric,
Well, no,
right?
because they have rhetoric, but they don't have grammar. They
Okay.
don't know all the facts.
How
they
can they have
just
grammar if they can't learn pronouns? What the fuck?
no, is not enabling a healthy and proportionate debate. The debate is sick. The debate is unwell.